Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and welcome to the stream. My name is Duel, and once again, surprise surprise, it's Duel Masochist time. And it's a new month, which means we are climbing from gold. And I can't remember if it was only last time that we were playing Pendulum 4s, and I really need to improve my memory somewhat, really, because I don't remember it being all that pleasant, honestly, and it's not something I want to particularly repeat, I guess. But at the same time, I have committed to the idea of Pendulum 4s, so I think that's what I'm probably going to do. Let me just finish something I'm faffing around with on my phone. Right, okay, now that that's done, close that. So yeah, I did not build it on stream. I did a couple of updates to some other decks, like I changed around the theme deck a little bit. Might as well go through these now. It's now at 51 cards, but it does play the Sacred Beast engine with like a couple Yugioh cards, because it turns out we have a Nightmare Throne anyway. And we also have a Phantom of Yugioh, which if someone sees us make Phantom as like the first thing we do at a turn, they might just scoop then and there and we don't have to play out the game. So, you know, there's that. We have the deck that we're using. We updated the Zombies deck a little bit. Not that I think this is going to be worth playing, but we've changed like a card or two in it. Genuinely not a lot. Probably needs a lot more work, honestly. And we changed up the Cyber Dragon good stuff thing by adding Ghost Ogre, cutting the Orochi, taking out the 10, adding in Crystal Wing, because there is now a greater chance that we can actually make Crystal Wing in this deck. Oh yeah, and we added in Cyber Dragon Nova as well, because Crystal Wing is a tuner and a non-tuner synchro, which means we could use Catasta or Ghost Ogre, which could be made with Chaos Mirage and any of the ones, or Magical Hound Perulia. Alternatively, we can go Assault Synchron and a Cyber Dragon to make Yazi, and then we can, and then we can use Magical Hound on, you know, the Yazi or the Ciphering Lord, I guess, depending on which one we make, and that also gives us Crystal Wing. So, like, that's a neat change for this one. I've just realised I didn't do the standard edit that I've been doing, which is doing that. I think the rest of this deck is pretty much good to go as is, but it's not one we're playing right now. I don't think we updated Stun. Maybe we did. Maybe there's a couple extra cards. Can't really remember. But actually, that brings me on to a good point. There is an upcoming ban list. Oh yeah, we definitely changed this deck some. But yeah, there is an upcoming ban list. This thing is not long for this world. And as such, I put a poll up on YouTube, which I guess I should probably show if I just share my screen for a minute. Go to my studio, I guess? Is that the best way? Content, posts. Oh wait, hold on. This one has responses. One second. I wanna view the post. Huh. Yeah, okay, I guess... Tell you what, how do I just, like, view the channel? Can I just view it? Yeah, there we go. Posts. That's what I want to do. Yeah, this is what I would want to do. So... Screen... There we go, get the overlay of... everything for a minute. So... This is what I'm looking at, this poll here, which is on my YouTube channel, and you can see the little link at the top that you need to get to find it. But anyway, the point being, with the banning of Barrier Statue of the Drought being imminent, do I deserve to get a new card or not? And if I do deserve a new card, how do I get my new card? And this poll has actually got votes, which makes it better than the last poll I did, which got nothing. So, immediately, progress. This post is not even a day old. And, yeah, that's great. So the 4 options are those below. I don't get a new card. Just no new card, and I don't dismantle Drought. That would be relevant because, you know, I haven't actually been playing Drought. Like, a crucial part of the stun deck is, you know, in quotes for reasons. Like, it would be good in the stun deck, but I haven't actually been playing it. Random super rare. Random number generator determines a new SR, which means that I would basically probably go to the master pack. Like, just find out how many super rare cards there are, put number 1 to X on a random number generator, and, you know, spin that wheel, so to speak, and we'll craft whatever it lands on, breaking down the barrier statue. Chosen SR, I just get to pick one. Nice and simple. It is what it sounds like. Dismantle the barrier statue, I get to choose to craft a super rare. I'm probably going to try and go for something interesting rather than game breaking, but, you know, it's something. And then the last one is community super rare. Between YouTube and Twitch, I don't get to choose, you guys do, which is not quite the same as a random super rare. But, it is, I guess, kinda close. And those are the 4 options. This bit up here is where you can find them. You know, my channel, I don't think is particularly hard to find. It's a different icon. It's something I need to change, like the profile. It's just wrong, I've realised, but a little late and a lot of effort. I've not really been putting time into it. Anyway, oh no, Twitchception. Gotta stop it. There we go. Right. So yeah, that's the little before the stream thing. We have a poll going on YouTube, and you guys can put your thoughts down in the Twitch chat as well. Like, that is always an option. You can come down and catch me when I'm streaming. But yeah, that is the poll that is going up. Anyway, for the actual deck that we're playing, it is Magimonica, so I've called it, which is primarily Magispector with some Valmonica and just good stuff. And haven't tried this out at all. I have no idea how well this is going to work. And there are some very clearly gimmicky choices in here, by the fact that we're keeping in Child's Play from our last experience. And we're keeping Durashin in, because I think there's a chance that it works out better, but I'm not sure. Worst comes to worst, if we can just get like 10,000 life, then it's, you know, it's battle immunity as long as this is on the field. But I really don't know how to feel about this. We were playing the Valmonica traps, not the spells, but the traps. And I've since shifted away from them. And it's not really worth playing the spells on their own, because we don't have really reliable access to the pendulum scales. Like, we technically have 5 copies of the Valmonica pendulum scales. 6 if you count Metaverse, but Metaverse is a little slow. So, yeah, we don't exactly have the most reliable way, which means our opponent's going to choose and we will gain no benefit. The idea is that we can use these to get our pendulum scales, and then just use the Magispectors to do Magispector things, like using Cyclone, Tornado, Tempest, and either Link or Synchrocline, depending on what presents itself to us. We have a level 4 reusable tuner. We do have other ones. If we look at the Supreme... Oh wait, okay, my mic is on. I was terribly petrified for a second. But yeah, this one also is a tuner monster. But the difference is that although this isn't searchable, it does allow us to make Ice Jade. Which I'm not sure whether that is worth it enough. Maybe it's not. And if it turns out that it's just not worth it, we might start playing, like, you know, the Dark Worm, the Light Worm as well. I don't know. Didn't really... Like, the Pen 4 deck didn't really work out so well. I am very much hoping this one works out better. But there is no guarantee. And we're just going to have to find out. Next season has begun. Change deck. Generator too good for gold. At least in my opinion. Alright, let's do it. Magispector Valmonica. Attempt 1. See if we can win the coin toss and maybe draw a decent hand. In fact, we can win the coin toss. Can we also draw a decent hand? Part 1 accomplished. Nice, the graveyard, an aircraft, and it does get us Pendulum Scales for next turn. Is it a decent hand? I wouldn't say so. Normal summon. We can maybe threaten them with the fact that it might be a Magispector card. And set 1, set 2, for the turn, end phase. We want to get the other Pendulum Scale. In this case, we have the most of Crow. So if we're just going to Pendulum these, we want Crow as the spare. I think our ideal case is Yatta and QB. I think that's its name. Dimfizz. Right, now Pendulums do actually go to the graveyard under Dimfizz. Or do get banished under Dimfizz, sorry. They are playing an aircraft. I might lose this here and now, but I'm not actually sure. It could be an FTK. Goldrake is not going to be of any use. Every Magispector card targets. I would really like Magispector counter trap in this case. Right, and as much as the big monsters are all reactive to me interacting with my opponent, all the little ones are interactive for me doing anything by myself. Which is fantastic. I'm not sure this is the deck that beats an aircraft. So we know they have the whale. We don't know what else they have. Doesn't particularly matter. We gotta play around them both. We gotta play around every aircraft name as if it was there. The bit that's confusing me is, as far as I can tell, they seem to be revealing a different aircraft as special than revealed an aircraft, which doesn't feel correct. You don't have the... So they don't have a high number of counters. They aren't going for the FTK, I don't think. Best I can tell, anyway. There is a chance they are, but I don't know. Doesn't look like it. Magispector Cyclone. So can pendulum scale this. I can pendulum scale this. So let me just read through the Aneocraft effects. Chainlink 3. Your turn. Response. Destroy. I swear they have a targeting protection. Oh wait, this, sorry, this is the targeting protection, right? Targets a card your opponent controls. It's just... Oh, it destroys, doesn't it? Yeah, okay, so they've got 2 chances to respond to this, of which I think we know they have 1, right? Okay. Negate that effect, then banish random card from the opponent's hand. That's fine. Oh, wait, right, yeah, we don't get to do that, do we? I forget. They all get banished. You know... Yeah, no, this just isn't the match. The Magispector grind game doesn't work against an Aircraft. I can't attack with whatever I steal, so I guess I'd need a Synchro? And I think they can just remove my stuff themselves. Right, okay. Welcome back to Masochist, as it were. Okay, we win the coin toss for the next one. If this proves horrendous for the first half of the stream, that you know, just don't win anything, I will give up on this. I'm gonna say for the first half of the stream, because that feels fair. Right, so we're gonna activate the effect. We're gonna pitch Tempest, because we can just get another one anyway. And we're going to normal summon QB. We're going to QB effect. And we're going to get ourselves a... Yeah, sure, we'll get ourselves a Tempest. Set mystery card. Set mystery card. Pass turn. We've got Pendulum Scales. We've got Tributing Interruption. Regular Interruption. We can Pendulum Summon the QB back. We've got Triple Tack. I like it. Okay. That is fine. I'm not sure how an Impulse and a Tempest will do, but we're going to find out. That's okay. Boldrake is, in fact, fine. I don't know if there's a particular reason they banished the Primera, but we're gonna find out, I guess. That's where we negate it. They do just get it back. Or they keep it on the field, rather, but, you know. Oh wait, no, I put a trap in the grave. It dies. I forgot about that. Okay. Should I have negated that? I probably should have negated that, actually. Depends how smart they are. Like, they could just Synchro 10 right here. There's nothing that really stops them from doing it. Yeah, I'm going to Synchro for 10. Nice and brain dead. You're not actually on the field. Get solemned, idiot. On the other hand, I have naught but a Pendulum Summoned QB next turn. And that's it. And they can play on my turn. Rather easily. I have 2 Pendulum Summoned QB. That is not exactly a turn make, you know. What can I do with that? I can make Silverhat, which is indestructible. I can't remember if I put a trap monster into the deck. I could make Silhouette. So... what do we do? Normal summon. Get me a trap. That works, it gets me a trap. I'm just going to check my deck real quick. Did I? I didn't. Silhouette is just in here for the vibes and being a 2 that points like kind of down and sideways. Pendle for 1. So yeah, now I can special summon, but I don't want to. I want to about face and want to just hit them for 3k. If they let me. They might not. I mean, 3k is 3k damage. Main 2. Set card. They are very much waiting until the end phase, well they can have it. They're obviously going to wait through everything anyway. They weren't even going to play on my turn. They could have done, right? During the main phase, you can special summon this card. Yeah. I 100% could have done. A little confused why they didn't. So add. Cannot be destroyed while you control the Centurion. Once card with continuous travel 5 or higher cannot be destroyed. This banishes card. We just wait. I think we wait for the Emblema, right? Place this card you control and one from your deck. So... right, we wait. Because we can get rid of the one from deck. Like, that's just something we can do. Because nothing else is threatening us here. Oh, right, I have to target a monster. Yeah, I keep forgetting. But that's fine. Target a monster, banish it. Okay. So you're just getting it back eventually, but at the moment you don't have it, which is fine. I did need to wait, I guess. The more annoying bit is I'm not really able to get Link 2 out unless I draw another monster again. But we can work around that, surely. I've dealt them 3,000 damage, you know. That is a pretty good draw, though. You get it back, which is not summoned, right? No, it is summoned. And it's during the standby phase, not the main phase. So you get a 12. Which I'm not too bothered about. I could... there's not much of a difference between normal and pendulum summoning the Nakamata. Legatia with nothing to destroy because these are not monsters. But they can draw a card anyway. And this is all in the standby phase. We might be screwed. I don't know. I've still got one Magic Spectre trap to add, and I've got plenty of Magic Spectre cards. So I think we can just Pendle for 1. Okay, I can't Pendulum the Nakamata, it's too low a level. Right, the Magispect pendulums are a level lower. It's important to know that. That's the Ash Blossom, that's fine. Do I just steal now? What was I thinking? Normal summon Neko. Neko to add in end phase. Okay, that works. And you activated a monster effect in the main phase. I'm going to take control of one monster you control. They do not care. I mean, they can summon one of these, right? During the main phase, exclusively. You can only use each of the following ones per time. Okay. Continue the main phase. No. Attacking with this. Then attack for 100. If it gets blocked, it gets blocked. But attack for 50. Main 2. I could just make Traffic Ghost. Like, I don't think it's the play, but I could. I think what I actually want to do is make Silhouette. No effect, but I will make a Silhouette. Means that I can pendulum summon both QBs. And call it a turn. Neko resolves. Am I going to get myself Bambuku, or am I going to get myself a Spell Trap? You, and Magispect a monster. I think that's what I want at the moment. So I'm cool there. It's not the best turn, but I did just link off the boss monster, so that feels good. So. They do just get it back though. But their removal is also recycling. On the plus, if special summoned. If special summoned, you say? Fuck. Why special summon? Why not synchro summon? I'm constantly forgetting the small bits of power creep that happen. Synchro monsters previously having to be synchro summoned to do anything. Or just, you know, extra deck monsters in general if, like, you know, mechanic summoned do a thing. Or if it has Xyz materials, do a thing. Now. No. Now it's a little different. Wake up Centurion, okay. I mean, I've still got 7,500. And technically 7,600 thanks to my stalwart warrior, Nekomata. So, we'll have to see how it does. Obvious problem. I'm gonna need the Pendle summon. And if I get another monster, I'm not actually sure that's a good draw, if you know what I mean. Like, I think maybe if I can make Oral Sword, that does it. Cannot be destroyed by battle, but can be targeted by card effects, which is the issue. Well, I mean, on top of the fact, am I living this turn? They've got 63 at the moment, which means they need to sack another 12. They've just dropped their attack by a little bit to boost it by a lot, and put an Omni Negate on the board. You know what? You might have this one. Yeah, I guess that'll do it. On with the next attempt. Hope everyone's been doing okay anyway. Everyone's had a decent weekend and all. Der Duke of Game. Okay, we lost a coin toss. Time for the horrors of going second, as predicted. I guess it's now plenty of time to talk about what's happened over the weekend, which is, to be honest, not a lot. I managed to beat Elden Ring. That was... I think that was Wednesday, though. I might have actually mentioned that last stream, but yeah, like, beat Elden Ring. And so I found myself kind of, you know, looking at my Steam library and trying to work out what's the next cool thing I could do, really. Like, you know, let's find ourselves another game to play. And so I now have downloaded about 6 new ones since Elden Ring. They're all pretty small, like gig or less. What the first one I played was a game called He Is Coming, which is kind of a good old like pixel art roguelike, which gives me very retro vibes from it, kind of, you know, the game style, or at least like the art style. The mechanics are probably not so retro, like in terms of how they feel. But I think it still like gets by as like a fairly retro kind of style game. It's like, it's a really fun little thing. It's in beta release at the moment. They haven't like got the whole thing together, but it is still pretty fun. I'm looking forward to finishing it. It does feel pretty difficult. Like, I'm not completely certain why the winning attempts win sometimes. Because it's like a 3-boss gauntlet in an area. You pick up equipment, or you pick up items to better yourself. Hello, Mr. M. Gaiman. Pick up items to better yourself, and you get to... Ooh. Wait. One of these has a thing. Face-ups become... right. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect, fight one monster your opponent controls, destroy it, or if you target an earthen monster, you can take control of it instead. What if become backrooms? What if become spell trap? Do you have a way to get it out? Oh, right, I just completely glossed over the bit that actually allows it to dodge. I should have gone for the fusion. Let's see. I guess I could do this. Oh, wow. That was a bit of an error. Okay. Defensive crystal. That is not going to help me out. I think they can just close lethal. But anyway, yeah, this game of, like, the He Is Coming is... So it's a very retro style. It's kind of like a... I guess you'd say... It's not really dungeon crawler, but it's kind of, you know... It's got a map. You run around the map finding, like, chests, rest points, shops, guys who can fuse your items to make them stronger, and, like, various mini-bosses to challenge. There's, like, 3 bosses, like, there's, you know, a day-night cycle. I think there's, like, what, 3 nights before the boss of each one? And then you get, like, 3 days of it. And on the 3rd day is, like, the final boss for that kind of, like, area, like the woodlands or the wetlands, which I think are the 2 areas. I mean, the other one might be swamp instead of wetlands, actually. But, yeah. It's only in beta and it was really fun, if really difficult, you know? I'm wondering if they'll do a little bit of balancing. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? And then, on the back of that... I started playing Dead Estate, which is something I kind of like had my eye on for a while, and that seems pretty fun. I found my first like non-default character in it. It seems pretty simple for the most part. like a lot of intricacies, but like overall is a very simple playstyle, and you just kind of get to grips with it pretty quick. What did you... So, you can add... You can send one... And what was chain link 1? Chain link 1. Okay. We'll just leave that for the moment. The thing is, I think we want to get Fenrir on the field before anything else. I'm not actually sure whether we bother interrupting them, because Fenrir represents a must negate. Got the Magispector field spell, which is pretty interesting. It's like one of the best consistency tools the deck has. The main issue is that, what does our turn look like? Spoils Fenrir Druis into QB search field spell tribute Neko, and then maybe make a link to of it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know what our turn entails, and I know that the White Forest Endboard is able to put up a few negates as a slight understatement. Hope you're well, Mr. M Gaming, by the way. We could be here for a minute. The weekend. Went to see family. They live a little bit of a ways away, so it's very much a day trip to do. But yeah, that was kind of neat. Can't remember if we watched a film over the weekend. We did. What did we watch? Genuinely can't remember. Like, as in the name of the film. I remember the film, but I can't remember the name of it. Unimportant, anyway. Our opponent is still comboing off, and we still have a card that can activate. They are on Harmonia. What does this look like in the card art? It's a pretty big monster, we can agree. I don't know, like... There are bigger monsters. Like, there's Dyson Sphere, there's the Helios monsters, which are each suns. There's, of course, Galaxy Eyes. Who else we got? There are a whole bunch of colossal Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters. Oh yeah, Newmont Dragon technically being the coded universe, or, you know, being the scale of the universe, something like that. 'Tis creation itself. So we've already got one on the negate. That one's not a negate. That one's not a negate. But you do have a quick return. Do you have a quick synchro? I don't think you have a quick synchro on field at the moment. Maybe you don't need it. That is a quick synchro. Activate the card or effect. You contribute this, negate the effect. What would I do? The thing is, like, Subversion Snake Eye doesn't work brilliantly against fusion decks because they are technically on the field, I think. Like, Polymerization says, like, cards you control or in your hand, and you still control spell traps, and if they're named X name, I believe that works. And yeah, there's a Baron, which means negate one, interaction or negate, interaction or negate, depending. Normal, and that's assuming that they don't have like Ash in hand or subsequent things to follow up with. Send a spell trap. If sent to the graveyard, you can add a Diabell. So what did they set? They set Tails, which is a normal spell. They added Philia, which they're going to use. Yeah. And that means they have a quick effect pay half to destroy. Which means I think, depending on what they draw, or depending on what I draw, they probably have this. There's the Abel Star. Black Witch rather than Vengeance, which the main difference is 100 defense and a level. And a type, I guess. That's also a negate. Type 1 face up card on field negates effects. Holy fuck, man. The thing is that also gets around like Dark Ruler. So even if we get Dark Ruler, we'd have to bait that one. Specifically that one. I think it is kind of like Dark Ruler or Bust. I don't know what the fuck else we could get. That is not Dark Ruler no more. Right. First things first. Threaten... what, you? You don't currently have the space, so let's just put this in the back row. It's basically the same as get rid of an Omni-Negate. In fact, there you go, there's the Omni-Negate. 1. I have a feeling this deck is not going to cut it. Then again, we're early month. Special summon Fenrir. I can do many things here. Okay, half target destroy. Okay. Dress Worm. Get rid of this thing. Probably gets hit by an Omni. Tune of Synchro. Okay. So that's going to be like the Mass Book of Moon. I think we can all agree, right? No, it's Zaylan. Negate the first effect if you do destroy that card. Negate the second effect if you do destroy that card. Normal summon QB. They're not short of negates. It's not exactly like they're gonna, you know, just let this go. Oh jeez. I mean, should I even really play it out? Like, you know, Majesty's Pegasus we put on the field, it just gets negated by this, or this, or this. It really doesn't matter. They've got 3 things that can stop it, and I've got exactly, like, 1 thing to start trying to make plays. It's not happening. Yeah. Nice game. Anyway. Proper balls to the wall combo, which, to be fair, I don't think us going first would have stopped any of it, or at least not enough. We would have had a Fenrir, we would have had a Bestial, but the Bestial only matters after they put things in the grave, which means they've started their plays. The QB... okay, I guess the, like, Magispector part may have mattered there, because that is technically a summon negate and a search in the end phase for follow-up. Although, we saw they had Ash Blossom. Well, this is a hand. Special Fenrir in defense position. Activate the effect of defense position Fenrir. Get myself a Cashier Ogre. Activate the most threatening card of all time, Child's Play. It might have to be cut from the deck. I've only played, what, 3-4 duels? It's appeared 1 time and it's been useless. Because I do need to draw it in combination with one of 5 other cards in my 46 card deck, which is not extremely likely, as this is a one-off, regardless of the quantity of the others. 300! Yeah, okay. Leaf Fish. Send a fish from your deck to the grave. I mean, need to banish at some point. We'll just do it here and stop it for a minute. Xyz summon. Should get this face down. It's also recycling. They can send water to the grave and maybe they can even special it back, but that's, you know... I don't know their cards well enough. I'm not sure I have the time to read literally all of them. If this card is in your graveyard, you control no monsters. Like a water monster you control during your main phase. Yeah, okay, so you just had Crystal Shark in hand anyway. Well, I'm gaining life points. Be wary. Only 1100 more and you can't kill the Fenrir by battle. Whatever will you do? I think this can be treated as a 4 and that can be treated as... Yeah, they can... Like, they can make a rank 3 off of this. See, card stats don't even mean anything anymore. Well, they could deal with the Fenrir. Turns out. Just maybe. Number monster and then one face-up monster. Okay. Well, I'll be gaining life points still. Which I'm gonna need because they removed my only defense. AI viewers, that's even worse than regular advertising. Get the fuck out of here. Well, they make rank 6 off of that, right? Yep, Sieg's Nash Knight. Detached, special. Okay, destroy it during your opponent's next end phase. So I don't have to live with it for that long. But I do have to live. On a dark. Did you put 101 in the grave? Destroyed while it has material. So yeah, it should self-res. They've got 54 at the moment, but that one can't attack, so they've still got 28. It's not a quick effect. If special summoned out of Virtue Stream. Okay, so you still just have 48, which is not enough. Not by a long shot. Not even if you didn't, like... If I didn't have this, like, they still just wouldn't have enough. What can I do? I can do Ogre. Boldrake is just not going to be useful. They're not going to have a Dark in the graveyard, ever. If destroyed... If I get a Magispector, that's pretty good. But I would have to get a Magispector. They still don't have enough, I don't think. Because that's 48, which means that the other one has to get to 6-5 at this point. So I don't think they can do it. You have an Xyz in the graveyard for it to equip. I just don't think you can do it. That is not what they were making. Gains 500 per... Once per turn, detach 1, negate. There's Dark Knight. Which is still not enough. But the issue is now that this won't be destroyed. Like, you've cut off your 101 loop. There's full armored, which is also still not enough. Yeah, it's only 300, which means I live. Yeah, still live. At the start of the battle phase, once per turn, or not, okay. I'm not sure that you have a way to steal my monsters. During the end phase, you can equip it. Ah. Okay. So, do I know what... I know what one of the face downs is. One of the face downs is Virtue. Unfortunately, I didn't get a Magispector card. Wow, that's just... Oh, yeah. I guess they... Yeah, they just have it on the follow-up, though. I needed to not draw Metaverse. That would have been very fucking handy. Right. So it is going pretty fucking shit. To put it in plain English for everyone. We're nearly at the hour mark, and while we haven't been dueling for an hour, we have been losing for the whole time we have been dueling. Which at this point is 4 or 5 duels, and it doesn't feel like one of them has been particularly close. I mean, maybe the Centurion one was close, but I don't think so. Set Crackdown. Child's Play. I need a 5 scale. Give me a 5 scale, would you? Otherwise get hit by Ash Blossom. We got a 5 scale. Okay, cool. Magispector things, go. This Magispector is untargetable, indestructible by card effects, but can be beat with a wet sponge. And we have Crackdown in the back row. And, Crackdown's a decent card, right? So that's Imperm. Like, the most telegraphed thing is just set Imperm in the same column as a known spell trap. Unless it's a trap deck. It might be a trap deck. Okay, hold on. Let's make a whole archetype that can be easily brought over. Yeah, but they also have, like, outstanding removal. Oh. Okay. This one wasn't already face up. Are you using the effect? No, you're just putting it face up on the field. I can just Ghost Ogre the Eternal Soul. How do you think they're going to react to Ghost Ogre Eternal Soul? I like them. Should I make them on my main account one day? I think they're pretty cheap overall, right? Rare. That's not an archetype. Normal. Rare. You are a Magispector card. I don't really know if you do anything. Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's attempt to search for a spell. I know we added it as a pendulum scale, but this can potentially extend us further, and they are probably not the person to play hand traps. So we do this, and then we activate this one, and we tribute off the crow. I mean, it doesn't actually matter what we tribute off, so I guess let's tribute off Bambuku. And then we can special Bambuku. And Bambuku can add us a 5, and we've used a crow, got a crow into rotation, so let's actually get a crow. Then that's a pendulum. We could pendulum summon the Ghost Ogre. That is another option. Right, I think I do Sebek just for a bit extra damage, maybe? Sure, Sebek is technically extra damage. Because it drops by 200, but it can deal another, 1,000 itself? Okay, the effect Veiler was a neat idea, but that is not what you should have done. And so Bambuku just has the highest attack. So we just get Bambuku. And then we just hit you for half your life points. No. Because it's negated. Do I do anything in main 2? Let's check the extra deck real quick. I know I can make another Link Monster, and I could technically go into Boral Sword, but I don't think that's necessary. Right, so they stack their deck with this, which means they're going to draw something that they want to draw, which means they can use Eternal Soul, which means Eternal Soul dies because they put it face up on the field and then activated the effect, instead of putting it just, like, activating immediately. Okay. Wait, are you special summoning the Magician Souls? Isn't that what you're doing? Ah. Idiot. Gamer, apparently. Not an idiot. Just draw the one-of. It is a one-of, isn't it? Yep. You're playing a standard-sized deck. That doesn't make it any fairer. Granted, I am drawing a one-of in a 46-card deck. So there's that. Look at the life points I'm gaining. Both players take 1,000. I could steal the Magician Souls. Not sure it really does anything, but I could do it. What are you thinking of? Link material, maybe. Maybe. It's... So... how long before you think they realize what they've done? I'm just curious. I just need a moment to process what you've just done. What did you think would happen? Okay. You've already used the graveyard effect of that now, so you can stack your deck, but unless you actually put up a defense, you're just dead. Like, you were in a better position a minute ago. So, the deck can win if your opponent is the least smart Dark Magician player on the planet. And that is exactly what it took. Your opponent does not realize that Eternal Soul just has to hit the graveyard. And it hit the graveyard. Sorry. The thing is, like, the ratios aren't horrible. Like, I know it's a Dark Magician deck and it could be made a bit better, but they're not, like, horrible ratios. They're just bad at the most basic of decks. We have lost 5 games prior to that one. We're nearing the halfway point in the stream. Right, we're gonna treat ourselves to the legacy packs now. We need, like, you know, we need some cardboard to look at and think about that is not on a particular duel field or anything, and is maybe just instead in my collection. Like, Tadpole. It's honestly either Tadpole or Zero Force. Thunder Seahorse is neat, but, like, you know, it's neat. I do like Tadpole. It's just frogs are, like, you know, regular frogs. Regular frogs? OG frogs are ridiculously bad. Much like those pools. Well, cards worthy of the win that we got them via. So, on with the next one. That does not really inspire confidence in me. If we don't win any more in the next half hour, I am switching to Fiends, because we've changed that one up a bit. It's got plays that the opponent probably just surrenders to. And if it gives me a good understanding of how good or bad it is. We've won a lot of the coin tosses. We've just not won a lot of the duels. I will say, though, this ain't a bad hand. Depending. They're on a 47 card deck, which means they could be doing any number of bullshit. For the record on that one, our hand is good. The field spell gets us to Pendulum Scales, because it gets us to, let's just say, Demono. Demono pitch Metaverse, we have a 3 and a 5. Normal QB. QB gets us the Solemn, or it gets us the targeting Banish. And then we also have Crackdown set, so we can just hard steal. Follow-up turn, we can Pendulum summon the QB back. And then, you know, we've got our additional draw or whatever. We've also deck thinned by a card. 2 cards. So I do think we're in a good spot that duel. The question is, what was the opponent on? Another Dark Magician deck. And one that I'm a little bit happier to not see pop off, because they are on Dragoon. How they make Dragoon is this one, or this one. Yeah, they're on Magical Mallet, which tells you a good bit about them already. Like, as much as there are a couple of decks which can legitimately use Magical Mallet, they're all gimmicks. They are not serious, they do not do well on the ladder. So, Magical Mallet is just an insight into a player's psyche that they are not the best. Or that they think Magical Mallet is a genuine card worth running. Which feels a bit cruel to say, but it's just facts. Supposedly, we get shiny stuff. Oh, we do. Okay, that is actually very shiny. What about the rest of the cards? I see this thing. Fabled aren't good, but look at how adorable Pegasus is. Like, it's just kind of fun to say as well. Mythical Beast. Mystical Beast, even. Different thing entirely. It is a new card. It's not a good card. Must be special summoned with a bonding spell trap. If summoned, effect monsters your opponent currently controls do not activate their effects for the rest of the turn, change their attack to 0. It is, like, as far as the Water Dragon stuff goes, this is really good. However, it is part of the Water Dragon stuff, which means part of the bonding stuff, which means it has, like, 2 support cards. You've got Light Water Dragon, which their effects are negated, which means that you can't... No, you'd have to hard draw the bonding. Discard, add a bonding. If normal or special summoned, target in your grave. So I take it it's the bonding D2O. Tribute a Duotarian and 1... Tribute 2 Duotarian and 1 Oxygeddon. Hand or field, special summon a Water Dragon cluster. And then it recurs itself from the hand, or you've got bonding DHO. Shuffle a Duotarian, Hydrogeddon, Oxygeddon, summon a Water Dragon cluster from your hand or grave. No, those are worse than thought. Like, this is by far the best card in there. And it still requires that you get a bonding D2O or H2O just in your hand. This itself is searchable. But we don't have it, which means it's completely irrelevant. So, I guess on with the next duel. It might get to the halfway point and I might switch up the deck anyway, because we've had a not real opponent, and then we've had a even less real opponent. Another anime archetype that will one day get new support. That's the thing, that is part of the new support, the Water Dragon cluster. Like, I don't know if it's the newest support wave. I know the Light Water Dragon is part of the newest support wave, but they have already had, like, 2 waves now. It's just still awful, because because the cards don't do enough. This doesn't do a lot of anything. It gets us to pendulum scales. So I think we do that. I think we do that with pitching the Cyclone. And we do that and call it a day. Because Majesty's Pegasus doesn't allow us to tribute any monster, but Crackdown will possibly do something. It's the best thing we have. We need a Magispector name to really get going. MST. Well, that's fair. It's unfortunate, but it is fair. It's like our one interaction. I just kind of hope they brick. Banish all the combo pieces. Send a spell trap and get to the grave. Alright. What are you doing? You haven't bricked, have you? I don't want to go against Sky Striker with this deck. It is just a rough time. Unless we actually start to get set up, it just doesn't work. And we did not start to get set up, we got Pendulum Scales. Which any decent Sky Striker deck is going to be able to remove. There is a chance they were not on a decent Sky Striker deck, but they were on LST. Which means they're on a Radiant Typhoon package. Now they could have banished the rest of them, they could not have a way to get them on back. I'm not going to stick around to find out. It's only gold, not punished for the losses, and I've got Yugioh, which is interesting. We've got probably the new Pumpkin stuff. Let's find out. Okay, we get the card. Give us a Val. Scroll. Yay. As always, everyone happy to see the bird. Right, in that case, I'm going to pitch the Alpha, which seems like a weird move, but I'd rather get my Pendulum Scales online. And then Yugioh can't search a card, but it can get on the field next to this, and it can get me to another card on their turn. I've still got a Bold Break. It's gonna have to do. There is some good news. What is some good news? Is it that the opponent is playing not a deck we've encountered in the past few games? Is the Pumpkin stuff actually kind of weak? I don't think it is. I think it's supposed to be mildly competent. They control no monsters. At a level 6. Let's do this now. Tribute this. Okay. Alright, gotta special summon anything I want. Now, given that I can only pendulum summon 4s, maybe I get QB? Actually, no. Matter. Oh, right. Yeah, I get some free dust tomorrow. About that, there is a poll on my YouTube channel, which, I guess I should probably just, like, get the link and put it in chat. That's probably the easiest way of doing this. About the dust that I will inevitably get. What do I do with it? So, let's copy that one. Oh, I missed the timing because it's a when you can. That was a bad summon. But yeah, there is a poll on my YouTube channel about what do I do with the dust. Because, this gets me... Basically, do I get a super rare or not for it? Yugioh got Oak banned at one point, and he got a replacement normal or rare. I can't do it because I don't control a monster. Which is unfortunate. But probably for the best. It'd be a bit awkward if Bestials were just quick fix the whole time. But yeah, Joe got like a card when his normal rare got banned. So. Oh, and his ultra rare, because Scythe got banned at one point. Do I get nothing? Because I wasn't really playing the card anyway. Do I get a random super rare from just the master pack pool, where I just put like 1, 2, however many on a random number generator, and I have to go find that number and craft it? Do I choose what to craft? Or do Twitch and YouTube decide what to craft? Because I've put 3 options in favor of getting a card because, like, well, a card I did own did get banned. It's not a case of, like, I can still play the one copy. It's like, you know, it is banned. I'm probably not going to be able to use that on this challenge again because there's a barrier statue, and so it will just stay banned. I'm pretty sure that's not controversial. I should get an SR. Well, if you have YouTube account or Google account, I'm not actually sure which it is, but the point being, if you have an account, you can vote in the poll if you haven't already, and then, you know, there are 2 votes already cast, which makes it more successful than any other poll I've ever done. 1. And they're already split. It's already 50-50 because only 2 people have voted and they put 2 different options. I can get Boulder Rock out the grave, but I'm not sure how necessary that is. It's probably pretty necessary. I don't think they change everything I control to a zombie, though. Oh no, it's about their own effects. Presumably. I have a lot of damage, but I do have an 18 defender. So I live at bare minimum. Eggseize for 6. In 2. Pumpkin, the Great Ghost King. I cannot target zombie monsters you control. Okay. And they can return up to 2 cards on the field to the hand as a normal effect, not as a fast thing, just as a trigger. Call of the Forgotten. You cannot special summon except for zombies. Once per turn, target 1 monster your opponent controls, send to the grave. Okay. That's fine. So I'm pretty sure I'm just getting rid of the Boulder Drug as like a recurring thing. This isn't high enough, this isn't high enough, this isn't high enough. So as long as I do this in like end phase, I'm fine. And I don't think any of them are able to be activated this turn, as far as I know. Okay. I mean, they can target the Call of Haunted they own. And then, the Necromancer to get in for more damage. Like, if they return the field spell, I just get another card in their eyes. If they return, like, the Pendulum Scales, then, like, I just put them back on the field. So, they did give me the field spell back, which is not a good move. Like, that is really rather stupid. But we will just kind of make do. I'll take the damage for the moment. Because they can only do half my life. Well, that is a good chunk. I don't think it's too important. Can't Pendulum Summon this one back, which, yeah, it was a mistake to summon it, misses timing. Yeah, when normal or special you can, so I would need to do them at the, like, last thing of chain. Let that one hit. thinking about the main phase to set another card. You only have 2 cards to summon. Oh, Zeus. No, Undying Legion. During your opponent's main phase, quick effect attached to this card. Okay. Yeah, that's completely fine. For the end of the main phase, end phase Boldrake. Which means we do manage to get ourselves possibly a Link 2. Possibly not. Raigeki. That is moderately funny, but they are just going to bring it back, like, immediately. Pendulum summoned, because this gets me to a spell card. Get me a spell, please. I have in my grave, I have an Alpha Master Beast. So they're going to target monster I control. They can't target the Magispect, they have to take the Boldrake. It is untargetable, indestructible by card effects. It feels good. Full Haunted, however, is not once per turn. So just get that back. Once per turn if you can target. So that's a new change. Yeah. Which means I should just be able to tribute off Yata. What have I used? I've already used that. Okay. It is Disruption, so there's that. They thinking. Yeah. So, what can I do? I can Raigeki them, which doesn't do much of anything. I can Cyclone them, which doesn't do much of anything. When your opponent activates a normal or quick play spell, well, your opponent does. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I do tribute for cost, right? Yeah, tribute target. Let's just kill this thing. It really doesn't matter. They're going to use a Call of the Haunted to bring it back, which means I can Raigeki them. I mean, they probably just bring, like, absolutely everything back in. Yeah, they're not falling for it. The first time I've seen someone playing it. I mean, I haven't been on the ladder so much since it got released, but, like, yeah. And they know the last card in hand, and if I haven't activated it yet, then, you know. So we just have to call it a duel. We give it one more. We give it one more duel with Magimonica. Valve Spectre. Whatever you want to call it. It's not doing so hot. Right, going first. Surely we can just draw a decent hand. How hard could it be? They don't need to know these aren't live. Yeah, the deck is not ready. I mean, we're early month, so we're against the higher end of flat, possibly. Oh, look at that. They normal summoned Ghost Ogre. That's cool tune. They didn't use the on-summon effect. They didn't get negated. they just didn't use the on-summon effect. Time to tune out. I mean, yeah, I've got a Ghost Ogre. A Ghost Ogre is not going to do it. Well, given that that duel was rather short, we in fact have time for another duel. I'm not giving it another duel. I would love for it to be ready. It is not ready. Let's try the Fiend's deck. Just see if it's any better. Because, in theory, it has some decently powerful players like Magic Spectre does. It can put out, like, Phantom of Yubel. Turn 0. Well, not turn 0, turn 1. But, like, it's not always going to do that. There's going to be plenty of hands where it probably doesn't do that. On this hand, I think there's a significant chance it doesn't do it. No. No, on this hand it doesn't. So, what we can do... Take a Fiend. I think we just get ourselves into the Beckoning Beast engine. Normal summon. Effect to search. Doesn't get stopped, so we get an opening. Get an opening to search. Which goes okay, so we get this one. I know that leaves us with the other one in deck, where we could technically deck thin more next turn. But I don't think that's particularly worth it. And then what can we do from here? We can do Yama. And that allows us to add an Unchained. This is actually doing our best Yubel impression. They aren't conceding. Which is scary. Because I haven't had anything to activate. Right. You can target an Unchained card in a grave. You can target a card you control. Destroy the targeted if you do special this. During the main phase, you can target a Fiend or a face down control. Destroy its special this if this card's in the graveyard set. So yeah, I think we do this one. Set this one. Activate. Destroy. Banish this card, special summon a Fiend from... Yeah, no. We just get rid of this. Summon it out. Now that one is an if sent to grave. I'm not really going to. I'm locked into Fiends from you. Where did I get locked into Fiends? Oh, it was this one. Right. And there's no particular reason to discard. Yeah, you know what? It's not a lot. It's 2,000 beat sticks and a crackdown with, like, this being able to set an Unchained card. But it's something. Our opponent is also on 53 card deck. We've still got a Bolt Drake in hand. We've still got Chaos Monarch Dragon for next turn. Which does things. Supposedly. It is rumored. We could make Ally Justice Catasta right now. Or the Ruddy Rose. But Ruddy Rose does not feel like it's the thing. Give me the Kaiju is mildly funny. Like, this wants to be in the grave for, like, the second effect. So you've just given me more attack. Right. It's a quick effect. So you're going to summon Albaz, and you're going to fusion summon with my Thunder King that you've given me, right? Okay. Sent from the hand of the field, you can add a Fright Fur. So you can add Patchwork, is it? Edge and Poly, yeah. So you add Patchwork. You make a link 2 with these or something, right? Xyz. Do you already have a Poly? Can you make a thing? Synchro. Is that one a tuner? It was a tuner. Or Omega. That's an interesting one. Until your next standby phase. Yeah. Once per turn during the main phase. Oh. I'm sorry. It is not main phase. End phase. Right. We got Fair Welcome. We still got those in the grave. We can't get away to a level 10 at the moment, which is fine. Oh wait, we literally can. Yeah, that's neat. Oh, I'm locked into Fiends while this is on the field in general, so I can't do anything with that. I can just punch him really hard. I gotta take 28 off of my life point. Okay. So... once per turn, discard Special Summon the Fiend. We're gonna discard the Fair Welcome. And we're gonna get you back, because it doesn't actually matter which one. All we need is to just make a link to. Using you and you, which gives us the ability to use the extract again. But I think, more importantly, it gives us lethal. And... yeah. It gives us the ability to just bring a monster back again. What do we have? Right. It doesn't give us more attack, but it does give us things, so that's neat. Destroy a card? Oh, it's destroy a card I control, is it? Damn. We have another one. We don't have another one. Nightmare Throne. And... so I can make that. Light or Dark Synchros. I can make it 12, right? Oh no, I don't even need... you know what? Just Battle Phase, so it's not overcomplicated. Just hit them really hard. Thanks for the kaiju. I probably couldn't have done it without you. I also used like completely the wrong monster to link summon because I just then didn't go into my extra deck like I planned. I just went with the lethal one. Oh, thank you. Well, that deck worked because the opponent bricked in that point. They are very much on, you know, Thorn of Albaz, but they are playing a couple more cards than they might need to. Like Gravity Controller. That's a weird choice. Well, okay. Let's get ourselves some pack. Indeed, we have some legacy tickets. An actual amount. Alright. Okay. Supposedly, we have the shiny cards for it. Let's see how true that is. Okay, it's true. We got a shiny card. Aqua Actress thing, so it's not good. New, so it's not good because otherwise it was a rescue rabbit target. Requires Wing Karibo and high attack monsters. Draw a number of cards equal to the number of face-up spell traps your opponent controls. Then equal to the number of face-up spell traps you control. Okay. So... that's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't think it's good, but it's not necessarily horrendous. Like, a field spell tends to be like the one and done activation, right? What do you do specifically? Waters gain 300, Aquas gain another 300, okay. I feel like with all these archetypes that are getting like legacy support, Aqua Actress and like that's definitely one of them. Because like it is almost a deck that does things. Like pretty poor battle things, but it almost does things. The ever famous Poly that we don't have. Garda, Ancient Gear, Cannon, DDD. It's a pretty decent synchro, I just don't think we can make use of it. Queen Azamina isn't bad because it helps out with like the sinful spoil stuff that we're doing. Cards. You know? Just cards. Maybe we do something with like Lab Sinful, the Metamorph engine again. I don't know how much that's really changed since last time. Okay, we get a win, we get a choose. Do we get the turn 1? Phantom of Yugioh. No. We do get to put the Fear of God in them into 2 different ways. Troll. That sucks. So I can still set 2. That is very much a turn, though. Of course. Droll, Fallen, and Virtuous. Why wouldn't you draw those 2 cards? Yeah, just go for it. And it is an aircraft. Outstanding. I don't want to have to choose. Does it actually say? Yeah, your opponent randomly chooses one. Which is a bit weird. Like, Master Duel is a little inconsistent. Because, like, something like this and Bingo Machine, those are both your opponent randomly picks one, and your opponent has to choose. The dangers are automatic. Your opponent doesn't choose one of the cards in your hand, despite the fact that the opponent should choose one of the cards in your hand. Whereas this doesn't functionally matter. Well, sometimes it will. Because sometimes you're not revealing 3 of a kind. I think there should just be a thing if it's 3 of a kind, you don't have to choose. That's an interesting draw, I guess. It's not ideal. It is interesting. No, I don't think there's a point, is there? Maybe there is, actually. Troll 2. You fucking with me? I'm just gonna summon. Chainlink 2. I think they have the whale. No, I'm not going to do that. You see, now it doesn't fucking matter. I hate this shit. With a passion. Like, it's not the aircraft bit that's slowing me down here, it's the fact that it's been double Droll and Lockbird. Like, what the fuck, mate? I get this back if it dies, but they also might just be able to put on lethal. Not another fucking whale, bro. They didn't even kill it because they know. What do you fucking have? Chill out, let me do things. I'm not planning on doing much. I'm losing my fucking mind. What monster are you destroying? And what monster are you sending to the grave? That's far more important. Oh. Yeah, I mean, sure. Fine, fuck it. Fact bit. Force into the graveyard, so one monster in your graveyard or one monster your opponent controls. Right, well I don't control the face-up monster, so that's not doing anything. I left Downer in here, thank God. But on the other hand, they have a whale. No, that's not what the whale does. Why did I get the whale mixed up? Because he's probably just screwed over anything and everything I wanted to do without trying. But I think that's why. I'm just trying to do a thing. Like, any one thing. So... have I seen you get the target? I don't know. Honestly, I know you've got the whale. And you're just recycling it. Fuck off! It's just the... yeah, you just gotta recycle it, because why the fuck not? It's like the one thing I have. And they're not gonna kill my monster because they know I want it in the graveyard. Alright, we're gonna try this one more fucking time. Give me a monster from my graveyard. Son of a fucking bitch. That's the third one. They aren't even searching it. They're literally not even searching it. What the fuck do I have to do? Are you going to do anything about my board state? Are you going to bother attacking me? No, no you're not. Are you going to stop my fuck knows what attempt at trying to use Opening of the Spirit Gates? I'm going to summon out a level 1 monster. Is this fact okay with you? I'm going to summon out a Link 1 monster. I'm going to target a card you control. I still get to equip it. Oh my god, you're a fucking bastard. Your whale will be going to the extract. Right. Next turn. Are you about fucking done? Are you done pissing around? You don't need to do that. You just need to flip these two up. I know they're both 3k bodies. One of them is the whale. The other one is probably a 3k body. I'd expect chain link 3 or higher, because it hasn't been live for the whole time. So you just flip those up and you kill this, and then you swing in. The face down hasn't done anything. What can I do here? I can summon this back. I can attempt to make an attack with it. I can use the Fair Welcome to... fuck knows. I get to target one card on the field to destroy it. They didn't negate the, They just thought that it would stop equipping if I use the link one, so maybe they don't have a targeting negate at the moment. Well, no. Maybe they didn't have a targeting negate. Maybe they do now. I don't give a shit what you give yourself. It's 3 of the same card, ain't it? Are you happy now? You can literally kill me anyway. Just get on with it. You've got 3 face downs. 2 of them are 3,000 attackers. You can kill them. You choose not to. That's mildly funny. Right. What the fuck am I bringing back? Anima's gone. I can make 5. I think we do that. Also, I'm gonna fucking lose it. If you put another one, there aren't. No, there's not more of those. Bell. There we go. That's doing something. I probably should have summoned that in attack position. Fine. Fine. We have finally decided to get somewhere. Finally. Not a monster negate. Impiz. I think that just handles the Yugioh cards. Nope. It does not handle Yugioh. It does not handle Yugioh at all. Problem. I have a whale. You do know this can't be killed by battle. Do I activate a card on their turn? Fuck it. Right, the Anea Craft. What do you fucking do? From your deck or graveyard. Right. This one. Set a card? Yes, please. We'll set an Unchained card. Oh, I could set Lost Wind. I could set Impulse. That's pretty funny. No. We're going to... Do I have an Unchained Engrave? I do not have an Unchained Engrave. Lost Wind. Lost Wind's pretty fun. Just as a set from deck for free. I mean, yeah, you can do that, sure. Just can't die by a battle. You do know that. You do not know that. Pity. I also take no battle damage, but I am leaving it in defense on the... I don't know. On the off chance of what? What can I do from this position? I can get the Beckoning Beast back, which gets me nothing. You revealed Chainlink 3. Destroy a card on the field. Targets a card you control. Right, so the destroy is just field. It doesn't matter if it's mine or if it's theirs. It's field. I could do that, but currently Phantom is pretty decent. And I don't have a monster for you, Belt Tribute. I don't need it. Because I'm not getting, See, yeah, this dies. To get Terra Incarnate. During the end phase, destroy all the cards in the field. Face a card leaves the field. So we're just trying this. That is just how it is. Terra Incarnate. They're not once per turn. It's like, it's the Ashing and Danger thing. But the more they put on the field in the end phase, like the more value this gets, and the more they have to negate it, which means I just get to the other one. Which means I just run in. Like, I do just kill them. Oh, it's during my end phase. Whoopsies. If this card is synchronized or sent to the grave, I can get Fenrir back, which is pretty funny. Does it do anything for me though? It gets me a level 11 synchro actually. Or I can get myself a level 12 synchro. Reborn. What's your thing? If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material. Right. So I don't actually need a lot of damage. But I already searched for Ogre. No. If that comes out. That's fine. Effect. Search for Ogre. That's fine. Normal summon. That's fine. I can target something. Oh, I have you Bell banished. That is funny. I don't have the 11. That is less funny. This makes it an issue. What can I get? I can get Lizardos. I can get Catastor. Discard this. Get this back out. I don't need to get a lot. Does that do it? That makes a Yama. Yeah, it adds an Unchained. It cuts down one attribute. I'm really trying to do damage numbers here, and I'm struggling. We don't do the effect. We don't do this. Oh wait. We 100% do this? Game. Right? Nope, wrong one. Main 2. My monster dies in the end phase anyway. Or at least attempts to. Right, I can't use this because I need Fiends. I can special summon the Yugioh back. It gets its effects negated. I can get this back apparently. Does that do anything for me? I don't think it does. I'm just making like wrong call after wrong call. That's mildly funny. Yugioh. In attack position. And we end turn. So Yugioh, which doesn't work. Terror Incarnate, which does work. Gets negated, destroyed. Oh no. Okay, that's fun. On the other hand, you can't attack this. Like, I don't think they have this. This has been a long time. I don't know how to beat an aircraft with this. And just try and... that's an interesting and wrong thing to do. Still can't be destroyed with battle. So it's now just Marshmallow. If they dare attack it, that is. I guess they... So you're going to return this. You're just going to flip it next turn. That's got to be their game plan. Or they're going to burn me to death. They're just going to leave this stuck on my field. How does one actually make it entertaining to try and beat an aircraft? Like, I think an aircraft can be a fun deck, but I do find it frustrating that just all the non-engine is just, I'm going to stop the opponent, I'm not going to do anything funny with, like, the flips or anything, right? Yeah, this can't change its battle position. I can't recycle this one. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for 1150 damage I can't deal. Set an Unchained spell trap directly from the deck. That doesn't do anything. Especially because, like, the graveyard is irrelevant at the moment. The banish is what's relevant. This doesn't clear anything important. Nothing clears anything. They have gotten to a point where they finally won the fucking game. Whoop-de-doo for them. How could I have done it? Could I have done it? I think I just needed to destroy Terra Incarnates. No, it needs to leave the field. So it was correct to destroy Yugioh. I don't know how I could have done that. Like, I genuinely don't know how I could have, like, scraped through with that. I do realise I am missing the 11 already. That's not its name. Duration. Okay. I am missing the 11 already as a, like, level that I can't access. This is the least likely to go off. It's a 3 and a 1, or a 2 and a 2. I've only got 1 3. And, like, well, I've also only got 1 2. But, like, I don't really want to use my Ghost over as synchro material. I want to use it as a hand trap. So let's change that. That sucks, we were close. We'll get there. We got an hour left. Maybe we can rank up. We gotta choose, going first. The hand is something, I guess. I don't really know, like, what Unchained plays actually are, what they're supposed to end on, but we can be doing Unchained things. So we can summon this. Then you can special Yama. So we can end on Abomination. What is Abomination's requirements? 2+ monsters, including a Link monster. So we got the 2+ monsters. So we got the Link monster. We can target this and destroy it. So we set this one, activate, destroy this, special, special, and we use this to get what, Sarama? No, we use this to get Shavara, and then we just link these 3 off. It's not a stable board, but it is a board. Gets us an Unchained Spell Trap. So we can get the res. We got that. And yeah, it's something. During the end phase you can. No. No. I do not wish to destroy my only monster. If card on the field is destroyed, destroy. When no monster is destroyed about, destroy. During the end phase, destroy. He's an angry doggo. The question is... actually no, the question isn't. I just get to an Unchained. Probably this... no. Yeah, I probably want one of the smaller ones. Reveal a fusion. Right, so yeah, what we do is we special summon here, because otherwise they're just going to get Fallen of Albaz, and they're going to super poly my Abomination. Which for some reason I can't be having that. So, put you in defense position. Doesn't really matter, you're getting destroyed by card effect. Got Sonar and everything. Destroyed both. If destroyed, special summon one. So the obvious problem is that, like, we're going to get the main deck 3000, but it's not going to be able to trigger or anything. Cartesia. That was not what I was expecting. That was a special summon as well. Yeah, go for it. I'm going to wait until, like, something else happens. Surely it can't be that difficult to think about a pop. Possibly 2. Maybe 3. Fallen of Albaz. Okay. So yeah, you're doing that. That's fine. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. You can't fusion summon with Fallen of Albaz if it's not there. So even if you use this, you don't do the fusion summon, I keep my monster. And the Unchained dies, which means I do get to summon from deck. You have to use the Fallen of Albaz, so if it's no longer present, then fine. It's no longer a threat. Again, like, the choice of fusion probably isn't that difficult, right? It's not dying from this effect. It's dying from the next one, but it ain't dying from this effect. And now we wait for the branded player to deliberate over their complex gameplay. The person has submitted their duels from the tournament, and yeah, they've used the Albaz. Shock. They've made Albion. Double shock. Oh, it doesn't pop my guy. Oh dear, that's a problem. Destroy both. That is an issue. I didn't know it worked like that. I guess I should have known by destroy both, but ouch. That's going to be painful to work around. As in, this has ruined me. Because that's Mirror Jade. Destroyed by card effect specifically. Yay! I know it's going first, and Unchained is technically good going second because you just, like, destroy your opponent's cards, but... like, what am I doing going second against branded? I'm not being completely honest, you know? What am I actually doing? As it is, what am I doing going first? So it's fuck all. I can't remove Mirror Jade without triggering the effect. Yeah, it needs to be from Handle Grave. Or destroy by battle. Chain 1. Chain 2. Alright, what are we summoning? We're summoning back the Soul. Yeah, we're summoning back the Soul. Destroy a card. Yes, I think I'll just destroy the Soul. And then we can summon Abominable, because this pops in the end phase. Yeah, so discard. I'm going to get rid of Dark Ruler. I'm not sure how much more you have. You've already gone to battle phase, and then we can do that. Set a spell trap from the deck, which means that we can get the Res 1 from the graveyard again. It's only monsters. So yeah, this will die during the end phase. And then it, comes back in the same end phase? I think that's how it works. Which means, what? I only need to get... I only need to get 3,000 damage, actually. So, Mirror Jade triggers. Oh, no. Get a Dog Massacre or Tri-Brigade. Get Tri-Brigade Springans. Add that to your hand. I'm not actually... Come on! Oh, wait, I can only summon it once per turn. It's fine. So how do we do this? Summon one from Hand or Grave. How do you work? During the main phase if this card is in your hand. So I think I do just get this. This can't be summoned. It wasn't properly summoned. I'm going to keep the card I have in my hand. They targeted Despia. But they can just fusion summon by banishing monsters from either field. I fucking hate you! Masquerade. Well, Masquerade ain't sticking around too long. Fucko. Give me your fucking Mirror Jade. Activate cards or effects. Right. So, the Sacred Beast portion of this deck doesn't do anything for me at the present time. I'm going to hold this card in hand. Got a Mirror Jade. Its graveyard effect won't trigger because, yeah, you can just summon it. Cool. Branded with all the resources in the world. Like, there are other decks which have got, you know, jokingly been called, like, Main Phase 2, or, like, you know, Main Phase 3. Or, like, you know, just like, but here's where my turn begins. But Branded really just takes it to the extreme with the end phase. It fucking sucks. Name me another deck that could just get another 4 cards back from the graveyard in the end phase, and it's normal. So they basically just have, again, a full hand for the following turn, plus remnants of whatever board you failed to break through. I may or may not be slightly pissed off. Unsure if you can tell. Yeah, no, fuck you. What do you mean you can't? It has to summon in defense position. Okay. Let me just fuse it with that. That's like lethal. That's 77. Like, yeah, you can just. Let's do it. Fuck off. Congrats, you beat Fiend Slop. Gotta get one more duel to rank up. I'm playing a frankly better deck. It'd be nice to see frankly better results. Okay, win the coin toss. Go first. Maybe we can do a thing. Try this one more time. We're still going to be playing this for a while. I feel like this deck is just far more competent. Right. Target an unchained card in your graveyard, set it to field, then destroy a card you control. Each effect once per turn. Okay, so we attempt to use this. If they ash it, it's okay. That works though. So then destroy a card you control. Well, I was saying that like making Phantom of Yubel might get the opponent's surrender. Apparently, playing an Unchained card will, and taking a second to think about the deck. What were they on that they just insta-scoop? A real deck. Like, just a legitimate deck. How bad is your hand? I already started off with an Unchained Surge. Like, sure, the deck can go crazy, but it's just, like, it's a singular search. There's not much I can do. Well, they don't know that there's not much I can do, but, like, if you don't have hand traps, it's still just Unchained. Like, they're not crazy, I don't think. Unless I'm wrong. Awful. And again, that was a free win, wasn't it? Right. Appliancer, Galaxy, Cold Enchanter, Hidden Ultra Rare, which opens a pack for some reason. But not only do I not have Fall of Valbaz, this is like the single hardest thing to summon. Also, I gotta foolish my extra deck for this to declare an attack. It can attack everything. Well, that's rather expensive. Like, it's cheaper to play Ultimate Tyranno. As far as Charmer's support goes, that is pretty damn good. It's just a spell speed 4 monster negate? No, 4 is your opponent can't respond. 5 is just kind of it happens. And this is kind of, you know, the it happens. Unless it's an effect, I don't actually know. Am I about to try it out, though? Probably not. It just goes in the stun deck alongside Ecclesia. Ecclesia is a spellcaster with 1500 defense. So, Ecclesia is now a monster negate, if I draw that field spell. It's taken us 2 hours, we've got 4 wins. Granted, we spent a good hour and a half struggling with the Val Spectre, Magimonica, but still, it's rather annoying. It has taken us a good, like, 50 minutes, close to get 2 wins with this deck, which I feel is just objectively better. I feel like this is a hand that could cause the opponent to quit, but we do have to see what they do. It indeed might be a hand that could cause them to quit. Alright, Abomination's Prison, let's go. Abomination's Prison, best card. It resolves the opponent dies. You want the same opponent. No, you're a different opponent. And you're on Tenpai. And you went first. Dumbo. I am absolutely happy to not have to fight that. Right, okay, let's open Master Pack Singular, because I'm not going to be opening anything less than 3 Legacy tickets at a time. Doesn't feel worth it. Maybe this gives us something interesting, moderately. No visible shinies. Tower. Cyclone. Tuning Gum. Lucent. BES. Gen X. Jam. Satellarknight. Royal Rare. It is Rota for the deck. It's not a bad card to have in Royal Rare. I guess we go open another pack. We have some ultra rares from this. Does it have the new support in? I feel like it does, but I'm not sure. No. Yes? No? That is the new support, right? I think this one's new support. What else do I think is new support? You are new support. So it does have the new stuff in it. Okay, that's our third dinner. We have a Somber. Oh, this card is in the graveyard if it's sent there. If you control it, so we'd want Caduceus. If this card is exceeds summon, target Tellarknight and or Constellar card in your graveyard. Add them to hand. And is that... No, we got a different rank for 3 level 4s during the turn this you exceed summon this. If exceeds summon, return all other cards on the field to the hand. Or we have this one, which is 2 Constellar, that's a Satellarknight. That's another thing. That's a Tellarknight. That's 2+4s. That's generic. There's an all low rank Xyz. We might be able to do something with this. Well, no idea. Anyway, it's a 1 pack. Let's just see what we get from it. This is where, for some reason, we get back to back to back to back royals, and we just stay in this pack forever. Spend like 1,000 gems. Sprite Jet. Now that, as far as new cards go, is not bad. Level 2 Extender Dark Monster, if summoned, add Sprite Spell Trap. Pretty decent. And yeah, the Tellarknight stuff we kind of expected that, like, you know, you're not going to get anything new from it, but it's a shame. Still, there was a Royal Rare, which gave us a few extra cards, and those few extra cards included the Sprite Jet. Which I guess I should look at what sprites we have. Not that they're going in this deck, but I should look. So we have a good few of the monsters, but we have no payoffs. It adds a sprite spell. We don't have starter. We have removal or battle clearing, and that's kind of it. So yeah. On with the next one, I think. Is there anything that I want to swap about this deck? I mean, we're not summoning the Yubels often enough for this to be worth it. We haven't seen them all that often. So let's maybe just make it a 50-card deck. Slightly more consistent. It's only 1 card difference, but maybe it works. Behold, the punishment of removing a vital piece in the machine. It could happen. It could be how they choose to play this out. Here's a hand. It even does Unchained things. No, it doesn't really. I mean, yeah, you'd probably just stop this, right? If you got the option to ash it, you kind of just ash it. Right. Banish this from your graveyard, special summon a fiend. Okay. So... normal? Special. Destroy a card? Hold on. Yeah. No. Right, has to mention Yugioh. Add an Unchained. Okay. Do target a fiend or a face down destroyer, summon this. What do I have in hand? I have Mirage Dragon, right. Set this past turn. It's not much, but it is something. I can pop my own Yama. Spells and traps. It's an interesting choice for Unchained, but you know, you want to do it. What do we get? I think we put you in rotation, right? Just names. And now I can pop this one. Do you think they know how this works? They do just keep floating. And this one hasn't used its effect this turn, which means if they've got another removal, I just live through it, or I blow it up myself. Like, I am a little confused. They are on Tenpai. Yeah. Right, this is just gonna have to be how it is, I believe, right? Yeah, no, I guess I should have probably killed the field spell before they did anything with it. That was their normal summon. Yeah, okay, so that was just a mistake, right? Sending that to the grave. Yeah, they're unaffected during the main phase anyway. This is a during the main phase effect. That is a during the battle phase effect. That is a tuner, you can say Pro 7. Biden Dragon. That's completely fine. It's not a tuner anymore, but you can still summon from deck with it. Yeah, I really should have just killed the field spell, right? Held it for too long. Piss, this was avoidable. Like, this was completely able to be worked around. There it is, there's the 10 that says your opponent cannot play the fucking game. We wait. you don't, mate. This will go to the graveyard and, like, at the very least get me a spell trap. Yeah, I, like... and you can destroy a card you control. If this card is destroyed by battle card effect, you can special summon... What's it? Your fire dragons, no battle damage, but they can still be destroyed by battle. So that's chain 1. That's chain 2, I think. What did they add? They didn't add the quick play. Do you think they have the quick play? So I can special summon anything. This just isn't worth summoning. Everything's used their floating effects now, so we just, like, anything. Destroy a card. You've already used it, right? I guess let's just kill this. Let's get this. It's not the battle phase. Do I bother? Yeah, I think I do. It's not what I want to do, but I think I do. I've paid the price for doing it late, so... it's fine. You can't kill me. You can't declare 3 or more attacks with your current board state. You did just get it. Of course you fucking got it. It's a one-off. Why wouldn't you have it? Which does mean me getting rid of the field spell doesn't really matter. That means you can get your 3 attacks in. But... that would include itself. You were not supposed to... oh, right, it's... okay. Right. Yeah, that will do it. You don't take any battle damage, but they can die via battle, but that doesn't matter. That is the 3rd attack. Can't activate this during the battle phase, because... funny dragon. So that's 3k again. This does die. You attack with 1, 2, 3, 4, synchro for another 7. Oh, right, yeah, no. Fuck's sake. I hate Empire with passion. I was supposed to just destroy the field spell. Or the monster, one or the other. Probably just the field spell. It's a skill issue, it's my fault. But it still just sucks that Tenpai is even fucking playable. Like, remotely. You can still just, like, chuck all the same shit in, and it more or less works. It's not really a hand, but we can bluff it. We can bluff spell traps, and if they lead with Lightning Storm, they'll be at least plus off it. Ho ho ho. So you do not like the graveyard. Fine. Nor do I. And it's not the gotcha you think it might be. So maybe you just, you know, call it quits here. Fenrir in 3 face downs and you've activated Dimension Shifter. I seem to be leaning into it, if you will. They are in fact on Fairy Tail, okay, so that's fine. Sleeves are accurate. I don't really know what Fairy Tail does except change my name and then negate, cards of the same name, but it's fine. We just get around it, right? Adamagistus, accept. I mean, I think I'll leave that. That guy got banished, which I'm not sure if that's actually preferable to them. You can special summon it. So, that's, first of all, not their normal summon. Second of all, has an on-summon fusion effect, which I should negate. They're not using it? Or their connection is so bad that they can't use it right now, they're just trying to. I'd love to say interesting things and what an interesting stream it's been, but it really hasn't. We've just been struggling. Granted, we are obviously playing the worst deck than we normally do, so it's to be expected. You are not fusion summoning. Go for it. Instant fusion for what? Pray tell. Because I've got no idea what it is. Weaver of Fairy Tales. Does it have its effect? Yeah, it does have its effect. No. Keep it simple. I'm not sure that they know how to respond, or what. Someone one from deck, okay. I still get to use Fenrir at this point. You get turn player priority, which means you get 1, 2, and then I get 3. Or maybe 1, 2, and 3, but either way, Fenrir is chain link 3. Is he not? I guess you're not doing that. Huh, I don't really know what to get rid of in this case. I mean, you're obviously playing multiples of this. What did you add? You added this one. You can only activate one, but you can't use both. If you control a Witchcraft Magistus or Witchcrafter, send a Spellcaster or spell. You control both. You are a Magistus. Oh, you don't control a Witchcrafter, but you do control 2 Magistus. Banish this, let's get rid of this. I know this is dying in the end phase anyway, so they're going to be using it as material for something. Yeah. I don't think they have a way to protect it, right? No. Yeah, you still get the Foolish. Both my back row are not live, but they do not know that. And I'm not 100% certain they can just get over Fenrir. I'm also not certain if they wanted that banished or not, and they forgot the Dimension Shifter. I think they may have forgotten the Dimension Shifter. Link 1. Artemis. Okay. If... So you still need to make summon another one, which you could. Link 2. And Dimmy on the Crescent Magistus, which... Okay. Target Magistus, equip it with a spellcaster monster from your graveyard or banishment, which means Artemis. While equipped, you can add a Magistus. I'm not sure if, like, they're obviously going to be playing Dimension Shifter because, like, they can play around it, but I don't actually know to what degree they can play around their own Dimension Shifter. Normal summon. Which means they've got to be running low on resources. They didn't use the fusion summon, they've already summoned out the fusion monster. During the main phase, quick effect, return it to the hand. Special summon this card also, if normal special summon you can add a fairy tale, you pay 500 talent effect. If your opponent special summons a monster you control a fairy. Okay, so you just... So at the moment there isn't actually a thing of by monsters being negated if they're Prince of Fairies or anything like that. Okay, Kashtira Fenrir is now Prince of Fairies. I'm not actually sure what it does for you. Its effects aren't negated, it's just Prince of Fairies. It's already used the effect, so... fine. I'm not sure if they're going to complete the duel without their connection breaking. It's going to take a minute to find out anyway. Once per turn, fusion summon. Okay, so that's how you get the other one now. Also gains 1,000 attacks, so they can now just kill Fenrir. And that is a decent chunk of attack they have on board. But they're not killing. Oh, you can use from hand as an equip spell. That's neat. Or Prince of Fairies. I think I just... And or Prince of Fairies your opponent controls. Right, so that's probably the game. You could just use a hand and Fenrir. And that'll do it, right? They all have 1850 as the key characteristic, and because you boosted one of them by 1,000, that means that as long as you can stick another 1850, you're done. You're good. No, you used everything from Handle Field. You left me with Fenrir. That feels weird. If Fusion summoned using you didn't use type 1, so yeah, I guess you're putting the Fenrir. There's no applicable card, that's fine, just gets bounced in the hand. Which means you're doing a whole 37. You're doing a whole 37. So Fusion summon when your opponent activates a card of war effect, so it's just an Omni. Problem. I can just punch this. That is not a shocking outcome, but it is an outcome. Do I bother with Ogre first? Fuck it, Ogre. I just punch this. Fairy Tale one. Oh, right, yeah, okay. Can't be destroyed by battle, that's fine. negates effects, it becomes Prince of Fairies. Okay. It's fine. Grant the Proto. Welcome to the channel, I guess. Welcome to the stream. We are currently attempting to beat Fairy Tail, and I don't really know how we're getting on with it, but we are getting on. Probably this one. I'm doing okay. I'm a little frustrated because I did put together a new deck for trying to climb through gold, and it has just proven to just, you know, not really be working. That said, this one seems to be doing okay. It's putting up a fight most games. There's already a game which I think I've just lost to, you know, skill issue. Okay, activation, destroy that card. Neat. So, you still destroyed that card. Which means I get the option of not you. On the field. Okay, fair enough. Maybe I don't. What I do get to do is this. Now, you've used your Omni Negate. The field spell is a hard one. I could steal something from the Banishment to Synchro. Or I could do that. I mean, this isn't immune to being banished. I might actually just do that. Do I have things? I don't have things banished. Would I want your stuff in the grave, I guess? The answer is probably not. And if I did steal, what am I summoning? I'm summoning the Stardust, right? Yeah. Because you've just gotten rid of a whole bunch of 4s. Banish this from the grave. You build a deck and rank that plays all forms of Impachi. That does sound mildly interesting. Yeah, this is going to the graveyard this turn. Everything is going to the grave. So let's get you. You got something in hand there. Fairy Tales. Well, this isn't a Fairy Tale, so I can just kill this by battle anyway. It means I don't think I'm too down on my luck. Like, this should be fine. Die. Now, I won't be special summoning on your turn. I admittedly don't control a fiend. Sure, that gets returned to the hand, which means you still have a normal summon that turns a thing into a thing, but I don't think that matters. That gets banished. Just battle. Hit things really hard. 650. 28. Negates effects. So that is a permanent negate. What about you? Are you a permanent negate? Okay. So I don't have Cashier Ogre, but I do have Stardust Spark Dragon. You'd have all of 2 cards to play with. And this doesn't do anything because it's on activation. Granted, my face downs don't do anything, so I'm just going to have to kind of bluff that they do. Mysterious 2-card hand, but what could you have? Surely game-breaking cards. That ain't bad. Until the end of the turn. I'll protect Sparky. I don't really care about Ogre. So if you can beat over the Ogre, then that's completely fine, honestly. No. I would very much like to get this into rotation. I'm not actually sure they have anything. They have a one card. They use Spenter to halve instead of to add. Yeah, they really didn't have anything. It was just showing. Wait, no. I'm sure that does something. Equip a Magistus from your extra deck to it as material. What does equipping the sea do? Does it do anything notable? Are you going to give it 1,000 stat points so you can beat the Prince of Fairies? No. No, you're not. You can add a Magistus, but you could have just added a Magistus. So, congrats. You've used the normal summon and not done a lot. It even gets back the attack. Wait, what? It's not a quick effect, is it? It's not a quick effect. They just decided, nah. I am a little confused. But they are also a little lost. And we take those. Two of my back row were fake and they didn't know it. But it also didn't seem like it mattered. One of them was gonna be real, assuming I kept an Unchained, which I was looking to, but they didn't let me. Alright, first, let's get ourselves some packs, and then, sure, why not? I probably have time for a replay. I think I do. Right, what do we got? Dark Ruler, Hardess, Flying Penguin, and Lizard Draw as the new things, and the rest of them aren't particularly noteworthy. So what about Hardess? Neat. Right, one Master Pack. You can share, like, your, I think you can make it public. I can find your profile, and then that'll do it. Oh, new Dragoonity card. Ah. Oh wait, no, you can apply one of these effects, or if Dragon Ravine is in your graveyard, I was going to say, because I don't actually have Dragon Ravine, so I saw that and was just like, oh no, another card I can't use. But I can use this. I can an ultra rare that I can't use. God damn. Goki, Link, Warrior, Dino, or Cyberse, which is all the things that, I can't remember his name, but it's all the things that the guy that plays Goki used. He used, Goki, Dino Wrestlers, and then I think he probably bonded with the Earth Ignister. I haven't actually watched that far, but I wouldn't be surprised if he used G-Golem. He is that kind of guy. 027 349 So... is it under friend? It's probably under friend. Look up 227. I have found replays. I'm going to assume it's the top one. Why not? I've got time for a replay. Not too much else during the stream. We've only got about 20 minutes to 10, so it depends how long this takes. I mean... okay, so we are going against Ragnarika. And as far as I can tell, probably pretty used to it. They are... Oh, okay. Well, I haven't seen Ogdo... No, to be fair, like, it will save at some point. I haven't actually seen Ogdoadic Ragnarok, which seems like it'd be an interesting thing. Stag Sovereign is a decent card, but what? Stag Sovereign has deck or extra deck destroy 2 monsters. That is not much of a thing. Change it to 0, don't do anything. I mean, for a 5-minute turn, they've ended on rather little. That's the 4 tokens. Shuffle the badge back. Send 1, tribute off. So you've got a beat stick, but you're not putting it in attack position, which is a little odd. Get a Viper and Twaddle. They are actually playing a number of reptilians. That's moderately surprising. That's Melusine, which cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and yet they didn't decide to attack with it. Into Haggard is a little bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. That doesn't seem like it's the right move. They just had a beat stick on the field. And that can't be destroyed anyway. Yeah, you should have just stuck with the, they should have just stuck with the Ogdoadic they have. I mean, certainly a duel. It's a deck. Like, I don't want to be rude. I don't think that's a particularly interesting thing. Because, like, as much as it's neat that you're able to kind of, like, exploit the opponent's board, it's kind of like, it's the opponent's board that you're using at the end of the day. Also, your deck does lose to just, like, Baron existing, had they managed to actually get into it. I know Baron's only a one-time negate, but given the hand that you had, they only needed 1. Granted, their deck could be a little bit better in some places, you know? And, like, surely it can't actually be optimal to be running Viper. Like, there's no way that's right. Probably not Spawn either. Number 22 and then C9. I guess, I mean, sure. Tis a replay, tis a deck. There's very much memes as much, like, you understand that, but it is very much memes. And speaking of things that, you know, will do apparently worse than memes, feels like our opponents fall into one of two categories. They either play the game and win, or we start to play the game and they surrender. The last duel we won was not that, but it feels like the rest of them do fall into such. If you're wondering what we're doing, this is a masochist challenge. I am trying to, and failing to, draw playable hands, apparently. This would have been a hell of a go in second hand. Unfortunate. Probably going to restart your Masochist run. I mean, yeah, if you feel like it was something you were enjoying, go for it. I was just kind of like, it's something I do want to get to the end of. I have been going for a good period of time, as you can see by the stats in the corner. I think I remember to turn them on. I did remember to turn them on. They're not up to date as of like this duel, but yeah, I kind of like, I started this, I do want to get to the end of it. It's just so much effort. Like, if you think about that, the win count, right? The win count is 1,000. At minimum, we have opened 1,000 packs. We have won a good number of duels in Platinum, but let's just say we've opened 1,000 packs. If you opened 1,000 of, like, anything, if you open 1,000 packs of any pack, you'd be, like, a thoroughly built archetype. And I feel like you just wouldn't be afraid of anything, you know? 1,000 packs, you would have every card from a pack. There would not be a card you were missing. You'd have everything. But because it's master packs, because it's masochist, no. You're going to get duplicates. You're going to get a lot of duplicates. You thinking on the Bestial there? Has that scuppered your plans a little bit? Be nice if it had. It's the only thing I've got that plays into anything you're doing. Banish that. And then if you would attempt to link summon, I can tribute off the token to banish the link. Hee hee. Okay, it goes through. You control face-up cards, you don't have a lightning storm. Okay, we might be a little bit more in the game, he says. Famous last words, apparently. The question is, how many monsters? I can use just my board and just get the regular 2. Pitch Crescendo. Which has, you can add a Dark Machine from your deck of banishment hand. And yeah, they're just using my field for this one, which is a new one, right? Yeah, it is a new one. I was wondering if they just gave it an ultimate art, but no. And that's what, full Orcust combo still? You can only link summon it once per turn, damn. I mean, they have the super volley, but like... Ah, that's frustrating. That would have stopped this, right? Because do you require to... No, you just require to affect monsters. But yeah, that still would have stopped it, because if they don't have the super volley. Ifs. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. I guess the question is, do they have enough to actually continue and kill me? This is a negate. No, it's a fusion. It is a negate, but only on special summon, and I didn't really have anything to negate. So, Raigeki Reborn Unchained. But they're not going to destroy the face down, I'm pretty sure. It hasn't done anything to them. And it stopped asking me if I want to do a thing, which they've probably noticed. So I don't think they feel very threatened by it. I mean, I do have to remember that starting, like, stream in gold is always rougher than, like, the next ones. But it does just feel kinda awful. Link 3. Making long gears. Which puts it at 53. You only need another 27. That's a link 2. What are you doing a link 2? No, that's a link 4, okay. 26. Anti-Amber and Shuffle, take control, change main phase. So, oh, it is a quick effect thanks to Babel. And you do have a counter. Spell Trap Monster effect, yeah. And you have a special summon when a monster in the field by the special summoning effect. Okay, you've made your point. What can I do here? So, Raigeki would eat that counter trap. I'm pretty aware of that. Not sure what this would do. Huh. That's a little weird. I don't know why you would do that. Right, now the question is, does Reborn get the steal? Or does Reborn get the negate? I think it does. Because if this card is special summon, I can change the monster's attack to 0 and negates effects. So I think that should eat the negate. Either that or the on-summon effect will eat the negate, one or the other. Okay, so that goes through. I'm gonna put it here. Oh, Macedor is very, like, yeah, downloading it for the first time is like just a huge thing. It doesn't make sense. What am I missing here? I'm not missing anything. I guess they wanted to keep that on. I have no idea. Do your battle set. I don't really have anything. I can do this, which they will negate. Yeah, which means that it's a negate banish. It's a negate and banish! Oh, no. I wanted that to be a negate destroy. Just for the second account. I really like messed up with my map, like, because I've got, you know, my main Steam account that I just use for everything, right? I've got Master Duel, and I kind of did just, like, use my gems rather stupidly initially, and as a result, it's kind of in a hole. Like, unless I dedicate pretty awful playtime to it, where I'm playing with a drastically awful deck, like even by Masochist standards, I think it would be like, well, by my current standards, I think it'd be pretty awful. So, I'd be playing with that, and struggling. And then the thing is, so yeah, I kind of bugged that, and I was like, okay, maybe I could just, like, uninstall or, like, delete the data. You can't. Master Duel data is tied to your account, not to the game. Which, to an extent, makes sense. It's free-to-play, which means it's going to be account-based. But, like, you can't just, like, delete the data for the account, which kinda sucks. It just means that that bit was just kind of, like, left. There's nothing I can do about it. So onwards with the next couple of accounts. One where I'm actually going to play the game, and one for Masochist. Although I've left the one where I'm actually going to play the game for a little bit of time. So it is pretty much just Masochist. Like, this is the main way I play the game now. It is pretty awful. Although, it slowly gets better. The question is my opponent able to get lethal at the moment? Yes, they are. Call it a duel, and with that, probably call it a stream. Because we are over the 3-hour mark, and it's close to 10 o'clock. Reduced Damascus with freedom to craft. I mean, make bad decks for fun and then regret it later. For me, it was just like, I just spent the gems poorly. I thought it was going to be a lot easier to get them, but it just wasn't. So, yeah, there's that. Let's claim up the rewards, update the stats, which I'm not really looking forward to, but we're just going to have to bear with it. 380 is a slight recoup. $2707, 1088. That's the wrong thing. That's what I need. Oh, Jesus, that's a lot of duels. We played 18 today, and we won 6. That feels a little rough compared to normal. Even at Platinum, we were doing a lot better. Right, that's for the start of the next session, which is just going to have to be how it's going to have to be. Anyway, with all of that, thank you all very much for watching. Hope everyone's had a decent time. If you're new to this, I stream Mondays from 7 PM British and Thursdays from 7 PM British. They're normally about 3 hours long, so, you know, cut it off at about 10 o'clock. And I also have a YouTube channel by the same name. I know it's been linked in chat at some point during this stream, because there's a post for a poll. One of the cards in my collection is getting banned. This doesn't happen often. And currently, the vote is, let's see, overwhelmingly in favor of me getting this card replaced. A whole 3 votes cast, and the 4 options are: I don't get a new card, random super rare, I choose the super rare, or chat chooses it. And the current favorite is just random, which, you know, I appreciate because it is a new card in general. Anyway, I should get off of this screen, go back to the main one. And yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I look forward to catching you all in the next stream. My name is Catmonic, and goodbye for now.